Alright, folks. This is another match for the iPad tournament that I've been running. It's a long, slow process, but yes, I think this is going to be probably my last match. I'm trying a deck that's a little bit different this time. I'm going to be trying a deck that's based around Jinxed Idol. So Jinxed Idol is an artifact that it does 2 damage to you, and you're able to give it to the opponent by sacrificing a creature. So this deck is mainly just loaded up on creatures, and I have 3 Jinxed Idols, which is actually a lot. Um, do I want to keep this hand? Yeah, I'm going to keep this. It has some good lands. So it's red and blue because I had the most creatures for this. Hey, is it cool with you if I record this for YouTube? I just need to ask at every point. He's saying it's fine with him. So if he talks, I might go silent for a bit while I listen to him. You won't hear his voice. It's strange how this program doesn't record his voice, only mine. I'm not sure why it does that. So this deck doesn't have any big bombs. Um, yeah, I can hear you just fine. When I record you, for some reason, it won't record your voice. So if I go silent for stretches, it's because I'm talking. So to fill the silence. So that's given him just a lowdown of what happens. So yeah, this deck doesn't have any bombs of its own, but you can see that it does have a bomb stealer. He's asking if it's the green deck with the 2 hexproof guys. No, I'm trying something a little bit different this time around. Yeah, I don't want to give away quite yet what I'm working with, but I think it's gonna surprise you just a bit. Um, I'm just giving him a teaser. He was asking if I was playing with my green-white deck, because I do have a green-white deck that has 3 Dungrove Elders. Uh, he's playing creature control, which is good and bad for me, because it's good in the sense that once I get my... Ooh, interesting. He's saying he hasn't run too many Is It decks. Yeah, this isn't really a tried and true Is It deck. Yeah, it's based around a theme. Let's just say that. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you what that theme is. I'm not quite sure if all the pieces are going to come together or not. Otherwise, I'll just look like a bit of a fool. Um, all right, I'm going to drop him now and go in. So yeah, this deck, I can steal his guys, and what's great is when I do steal his guys, if I do have the Jinxed Idol either in my hand or on my side of the board, I can then sacrifice his guy, which is amazing. Really, so I think I was saying how control is good and bad for me. So obviously it's bad because he can counter a lot of my guys, but it's good in that if he's not running a lot of creatures, if he's running a lot of control spells, I'll probably outnumber him in the creature department, and really that's all I need to do. If I can outnumber him there, I am off to the races. And usually I can. You know, the things that this deck will not do well against, ooh, interesting. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Creature him. So I could save that card for later, but I can see I have an Archaeomancer in my hand, and that's usually the card I like to bring back. Ah, son of a bitch. That's okay. At least I get 3 in regardless. And if I get another island, which I probably will, I can get it back. So yes, black, this deck doesn't do well against, specifically if this deck is facing a black deck with the Grave Titan, because that card, this deck has to have creature control. It has to have the creature dominance, and a Grave Titan creates 2 tokens coming on the board, 2 tokens every time he attacks. There's just no way I'm going to have control dominance. The other combo that doesn't do well against is Grave Digger, because Grave Digger, if an opponent has 2 Grave Diggers, he can just constantly bring back the second Grave Digger, sacrifice the first, bring back the second. It's a constant loop, and it's a nasty, nasty, nasty loop. So I'm going to play you. I didn't play the Divination quite yet, because I have these creatures to play, and yeah, I'm just trying to build up my side of the board. Obviously, I really, really want Oh, he's got one too. I want my Jinxed Idols. I have three of them. I'd love to get one of them out and then start doing damage. So he could start pinging me. The other card this deck doesn't do well against is an Elixir of Immortality, which I think it's a very high chance that he might be running because a lot of blue-white control decks will run that. Okay. I'm going to give him a tough choice. So I'm not going to sacrifice my smallest guy, but I think if he takes out my 2/1 Goblin, then that's fine because I'm still getting 3 points of damage in and I'm going to be drawing the card. And as you can see, I got cards. Ah, shit. Control decks. Goddamn control decks. Yeah. Yeah, he's saying that it makes it too easy with white blue. He's just saying he has all you need is a couple of big cards and you almost have to do it. Yeah, I actually have. Oh, I guess that's one of your big cards. I actually have a deck that does very similar to what you're doing. I don't have any big cards in it though. I have a lot of blue-white control. The deck is just all about stalling people until I eventually have board control. But yeah, it looks like yours might trump mine. So I'm definitely going to be running divination next turn. Uh, it's just getting to that time where he's saying that most of his decks end up being control decks. Oh, are you kidding me? He's saying he has one that's a lot of discard with 5 wraths and a lot of the specters and the rats. That's I've played those kinds of decks before. They're vicious. Yeah, discard decks. Oh man, they ruin my day. The good ones, oh, they're so effective. So he's going all full tilt. Um, so get the if I don't get one of ah shit, that sucks for me. If I don't get that Jinxed Idol next turn, I'm in trouble. Yeah, because what I can do is I can steal his dude and sacrifice it, which is most definitely what I'm going to be doing. Although he could unsummon it with a heart, just a heartbeat away from that taking me down. So it's not looking good for me. I'm probably not going to win this. Yep, did not get what I need. Yeah, I didn't get what I need this one. I am not going to win this game, just so you know. Uh, yeah. So he was trying to say, well, I was screwed at 4 lands, so, but yeah, it didn't work out for me. He's asking if it's a draw deck. Yeah, I was hoping to get to my secret weapon, but did not happen. Hopefully the next game. Um, yeah, he's got this one easily. So as you can see, this deck is a gamble. It doesn't always work out. Clearly, it didn't work out this time. But hopefully the next game I can show you what it does. So if any of you are wondering why we both have the same image and didn't watch my last video, firstly, shame on you. It's a wonderful video. Go watch it. I get 2 wins with a door to nothingness. You got to watch that video. So there is a lot of unlocks, accomplishments, achievements you can get in this game, and one of them is called the Viral Unlock. So that started with Wizard Sean from Wizards of the Coast. He was the first person to have it, and if you beat him, you get it. So he let someone on the tournament play him, and then that person played me, and I beat that person, not in the tournament, just casually, and then I had it. Do I want to keep this? Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Again, I don't have the door in my hand, but I do have a bunch of creatures that I can play with the land that I have. I can play my entire hand just with the land I have. So at the very least, that's some sweet stall. Um, he's saying his starting hand is nowhere near as good. I'm not sure if my starting hand is good. It's a hard hand to figure out. I don't know. This whole deck confuses me. Um, yeah, I don't know. Is it good? I got a lot of creatures, but I don't have my bomb. All right. If we were playing our first game right now, I would have played mountains until I need to play an island. Um, there's really no need to reveal what you've got until you absolutely need to. So if I have three mountains and I have cards I can play with just mountains, yeah, why even play the island? It makes no sense. I'm kind of curious to see if okay, well, that won't be great for me. I'm curious to see if I can pull off this Jinxed Idol. Um, he's saying he wasn't going to put it in, but he realized that every creature of his is white. All right, so I'm not going to play you just yet. What I am going to do is play the Goblin Shortcutter again. Another one. Because if he plays a creature next turn, I want to still be able to make sure the Jinxed Idol goes on his side. That's really going to be my priority going out now. So I'll be able to show him what my deck does and show you, which would be wonderful because this would be a boring ass video if I wasn't able to show you what this deck does. So next turn I'll be able to demonstrate. Demonstrate! I'm thinking now I probably should have played the Firecat, because then I'd have 4 land. I'd be able to play a Goblin Shortcutter and a Jinxed Idol next turn. It's great when you make mistakes for the whole world to see. That's the best thing. He's saying sometimes he just doesn't get creatures. That's actually wonderful for me. So I'm going to show him why in just a second. And I think I'm about to show you why. Sorry, but I think I'm about to show you why. So this is what my deck does. He's saying he hasn't run up against a Jinxed Idol deck. Yeah, that is the focus of this deck. I was really hoping to pull one last turn with all the creatures I got. I didn't have one in my opening hand. I wasn't sure if I was going to get one for a second straight game. I was just delaying until I got one of those bad boys out. So this is going well for me. He's going to steal that guy there, which is absolutely perfect because he's going to have to sacrifice it sooner or later. And that'll just give me a creature back, which is amazing. He's saying he's not going to sacrifice him. I'm totally fine with that. So I'm going to play the Firecat, because if he tries to launch in, I'll be able to kill it. And he tapped enough to not be able to counter it. So he could bounce it. But if he does 2 damage to me, I do 2 damage to him with the Jinxed Idol. So I'll win that race. All right. Well, now I'm curious to see how this game goes. Is he going to launch in? No. Well, I'm clearly going to launch in, because there's no reason why I need to hold back. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to rock his world in a bit here. So I'm launching. And I'm just going to keep on going, because it's going to get me a creature regardless of what he does here. So is he sacrificing now? Oh, stave off. Cunning. That was a cunning move. Yes, I know. It's my favorite card too. In my green-white deck, I have a white splash in my green-white deck only because of that card. I can't believe everybody doesn't love that card. Um, so, all right, I'm going to show him what this deck really does now. Yeah, he's going to land. That's perfect. All right. See, this is where my deck gets fun. He's just saying, multiples. So he doesn't know this, but I actually have 3 of them, and if I draw the 3rd one, oh man, that would be fun. So he's going to have to sacrifice his creature. Otherwise, he's going to die a very slow death. Well, actually, not so slow. It's going to do 4 damage next turn. He's got to just keep on killing his guys, because he's not going to outrace me. He's got to sacrifice somebody. Because Yeah, I'm at 20. Even if he does 2 now and 8 next turn, he dies the turn after that. So I'm sitting pretty good. Uh, let's see if he does sacrifice something now. I'm curious if he's going to sacrifice and send it back my way. Yes, he will. I'm guessing he's going to... Yeah, that was time. Okay, but I'm just going to sacrifice it right back as soon as it comes back on my side. That's one of the strategies you can, before turns end, because I don't want him on my side, but it's looking like there's absolutely no way he's going to outrace me unless he drops something crazy. I don't think I have any spells to recur. So I think I'm actually sitting pretty good. Even if he'd have to play 2 creatures, and then, no, even if he plays 2 creatures, he's down to 2. He's saying now, he said, like I said last game, he doesn't think he's going to win this one. He'd have to play 2 creatures right now. He'd have to have 2 creatures in his hand to win this, and I don't think he does, because he would have played them by now. So let's see what happens here. He plays a creature. Does he have 2? Oh, I see what he's doing here. Interesting. That was an interesting move. He's going to give me back, I'm guessing both of them now. No. He, I was just assuming you have an, oh, actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. I was going to do something else, but I'll save it for the next game. All right, I'll just pass the turn then. Good game. I was going to steal his guy with active treason and then sacrifice it just to have a little bit of fun, but it's overkill. It makes me a dick. Plus, he actually can figure out what my tricks are. I don't want him to know what my tricks are. Sorry I was stumbling there. Sometimes when people talk to me, it's really hard to concentrate on what it is I'm trying to say. But yes, what I was trying to say there was the more tricks I give away, the less tricks I have later on. It's not a trick, he'll play around it. He also said that it's perfect, the perfect opponent I'm facing right now, because he has a control deck with few creatures. So I'm hoping that he's able to stumble as much in this next game as I was in the first game. Because if I get a ton of creatures but no... Oh, okay. So here my only issue is going to be land. But I think all I'll need is 1 more land, and I'll be fine. Because I can steal one of his. I can play my Scroll Thief. I have... Oh, yeah, if I can get consistent land, I think I'll be perfectly fine. Let's see what happens. So definitely my striking silver or sliver goes out. I always say striking silver. God damn you, slivers. Okay, so I'm happy to see another 2 mana card. Because that definitely is going out next turn. Of course, I'm also in Essence Scatter range, which is a danger. But that's really how it's going to be against him no matter what. I'm just going to keep on launching in. Yeah, so this deck has a lot of little guys who, ooh, lovely, who ping for just tiny bits of damage, and those tiny bits of damage, they add up in the most wonderful ways. So I'm going to play the Maritime Guard this turn, and depending on what happens next turn, I might play the Jinxed Idol. Let's see if he Essence Scatters this. So I didn't play the Jinxed Idol now because who knows? He might end up having creature advantage. It's just too early for me to make that assumption. So there he's got something. Yeah. So definitely I'm playing the Jinxed Idol next turn because I got nothing to launch into. Like, ooh, perfect. If I get another island, then I'll be able to use Active Treason and get it back. So yeah, the Archaeomancer, I have a couple of them in here because of things like Active Treason, and surprisingly Flames of the Firebrand comes in handy because it's able to take out his creatures before I pass him back a Jinxed Idol. A lot of creatures die at that 3 damage. So is he giving it back? Yes, he is. But I'm giving it right back again. And if he plays a creature next turn, I'm gonna Jinxed Idol the Jinxed Idol it away with Act of Treason. That's what I'm gonna do. Which might sound kind of confusing, but when you see it, believe me, it'll all make sense. Just believe. Yes, let's see what he plays. So there it is. Is he going to sacrifice it and give it right back? Yes, he will. Okay, so this is where we start trading. I'm going to give him the Scroll Thief. Oh, I'm going to play the Scroll Thief. Oh, if I got another island, no. I'm going to save it. I'd love to attack with a Scroll Thief, but yeah. See, I don't have anything in my graveyard that's worth pulling back with our Chaomancer. So, I'm not going to play our Chaomancer until I've used Act of Treason or until I am able to bust out a Flames of the Firebrand. Our Chaomancer is the perfect creature to sacrifice because his entire usefulness is entering the battlefield, as opposed to my Scroll Thief, whose entire usefulness is in attacking. Not entire. Obviously, with both of these guys, they're great to sacrifice, but that's when they really shine. Is he going to pass him back? Yes, he will. Alright, well, hopefully I get another creature. I wonder if it's even worth keeping the Jinxed Idol on my side for a turn. Yeah, I'm wondering. Well, if I get another creature, I'll play him. Let's see what I get. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to play him. Because I really do want to use that Act of Treason. And I have, I think, 20 creatures in this deck. I think the odds of me running out of creatures before he does, pretty unlikely. But you never know. I could start getting land. I could start getting more Act of Treasons, which I have. I also have a Switcheroo in here. So let's see who can outrace with the creature stuff. If he plays a big nasty and doesn't sacrifice it, yeah, he's playing that just to sacrifice. Boo. I really don't want to play my Archaeomancer before I use it, but I might have to. That would suck. I'm surprised. I'm surprised with how many creatures you're busting out here. He says he's got all but one. All right. He says it's the only way he's got a shot at beating this deck. He's gone through pretty much all his creatures. Ah, shit. He says he could really use another land. Alright, well, I'm going to be taking 2 more next turn, but I'm hoping he gets his land and that he plays something nasty, and I can steal it with Act of Treason. That would be the absolute best. And if that doesn't happen, then I'm kind of fucked. Okay, so Act of Treason no longer a realistic possibility here. I'm going to have to sacrifice the Archaeomancer. It's just going to have to happen. So Switcheroo won't happen either. Are you kidding me? Oh, no, I thought he was going to Essence Scatter that. I totally thought you were going to Essence Scatter him. No, he's unsummoning. Okay. He thought he had it, but he didn't. So I'm making him waste his unsummon, which I don't know if he thought he could. Yeah, that happens. But I don't know if I get my card back. Oh, I did. Yes, I do. Noted. Yeah, I haven't played this deck quite a lot, so he's asking for a land. I haven't played this deck quite a lot, so there's still a lot of new things I'm learning about it, like how Archaeomancer works in situations like that. So I'm getting a ton of land right now. Dude, you can have some of my land. Hopefully I get more creatures out. Ooh, alright. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting indeed. So if he plays something that's the 5 full mana, oh, he's on summoning, then I'm definitely playing Act of Treason and no, I don't want to play Act of Treason just yet. You know what? Let's see what he does. Because I could switcheroo it for a young pyromancer. Ooh, there he goes. All right, perfect. That is perfect. Let's see. Unless I don't have... Yes, I do. Okay. All right. So what happens first here? Yeah, I guess that's what's happened. No, fuck. That didn't work out as I intended. I wasn't sure if it'd create a token first, and it turns out it doesn't. Yeah, well, now you know what I have. Yeah, okay, well, I can still make it work, though. Okay, I'm going to use the act of treason. I was hoping to use it to sacrifice him, but there's nothing he can do because he's all tapped out. I'm going to get 4 damage in. He's right now thinking if he wants to sacrifice. He's trying to calculate if he can still kill me. Yeah, he's sacrificing it. Yeah, I kind of figured that might happen. Yeah, I kind of thought that might happen. You never really know, but I had to try. Okay, so I'm obviously handing that back. There you go. He's saying he probably doesn't have time as it is, but he definitely wouldn't have time to come back otherwise if I gotten 4 damage in, and I agree. Um, well, let's see how many more creatures he has. I know he definitely has the Aegis Angel, which he'd pretty much absolutely have to sacrifice by the time it comes onto the board. He's telling me he doesn't have a creature, which is fine by me. Um, oh, what's he doing here? Was that suicide? He's saying he doesn't have a creature. He's saying I was going to leave him with 1 life. I might as well take it out. Thank you. Well, yeah, great games for you, man. It was fun playing you. He's just complimenting my deck, and he's saying that was it. He's saying if I ever get another tournament going, I'll let him know. Yeah, the other tournament. See, yeah, I don't know if I'll actually ever I'll do another tournament. I think I might just wait until next year. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. Yeah, it was great. Have a good one.